Right folks, hello, welcome back to the channel. I'm the Custard Prophet. We're back here with our ATS career mode save with the Custard Haulers US, and we are in northern Oklahoma in the city of Woodward, and we're going to be transporting these boom lifts. I want to talk about that, what one of those is in a second, to Colby, which is a place we've been before in Kansas. There's good reason there because we're going to be going to find something en route, which is rather good. But before we even get there, we are just going to be heading just to our west slightly, and we're going to be trying to pick up this thing down here because I want to see what that is. It's probably Woodward, but let's have a look. So I'm going to get out of this area. I think we're just about not dragging that behind us, and I would just meet you just down the road where we figure out whatever that thing is that I just saw. So what is it going to be? Is it going to be the city of Woodward where we are, or is it going to be something more exciting? So we'll just zoom over there and I'll see you when we get there. Right, so it's just on the right here. It does sort of look like we are still very much in the city of Woodward. We've been going through lots and lots of lights, and I did have a little accident where the car in front, not the one in front right now, just decided to slam on the brakes as the lights turned green. So they went and then they just stopped for no apparent reason. I love it when people do that. So we gave them a little shunt up the bump, and that's what happened. And I'm saying no more, officer. So on the right here we have a scenic viewpoint. No idea what this will be. And there it is. But I'm expecting it's going to be something like the city of Woodward. But I don't know what this is. I don't know what it's famous for. It's a rather cool looking bison thing there. Don't know what that is either. So let's have a look. It is Woodward. So this is the can-do state. If you remember, 1 out of 10 of the scenic viewpoints done. No one explained why it is the can-do state. Are these just very can-do people? And that must be some administrative building of Woodward. Looks pretty impressive. You don't get many brick buildings in the US, do you? And it's really common in the UK, but much less so in the US. Dog having his walk. This is a very pretty little place, isn't it? Woodward County Veterans Memorial. Oh, how awesome is that? They've got a replica tank. Well, presumably it's a replica tank. They're not going to have a functioning tank there, but very cool. I think it's always nice that they represent sort of veterans and things in those sort of ways, sort of in the middle of so many towns. It's a really, really awesome thing. The fire station, Woodward Fire Station. We're seeing all the emergency services. What's the binding contract? Right, folks, I know there's a fair few folks in the US. What is that? That looks kind of an important historical moment being reenacted there, but what on earth is it? I want to hear you. Let me know in the comments what we were looking at there. Right then, we are going to be heading, and I'm now going to talk a little bit about what we're up to, because it is a corker, and it's one we've been trying to do for a while. And it's thank you to those who commented on this in over the past few episodes. First of all, for pointing it out. I think it was Gil Webb who pointed out, and then I think others have kind of highlighted kind of where I should be looking for this particular hidden road, which sounds like it's going to be a good one. But let's go and have a look at our drive, and I'll talk a little bit about what this is while we're waiting. So we are going to be coming actually along here, and we're coming up this road towards Garden City. Now, we have gone through Garden City, and we had a perfectly fabulous hidden road up here where we saw the what were the Monument Rocks, this like geographical feature of these standing stones with all this flat ground nearby. Really very impressive. So there is another thing just to the south of Garden City as well, and this is what I should have been looking at. I was originally looking for this on the 400, which was this road along here, so it wasn't that far away from it, but it's actually here. So it's the 400 kind of starts up past this road here, so I was a little bit further along, and yeah, it's a cool one, folks. It is a cool one, and you've basically got to think what is the other thing that Kansas is best known for, the most sort of pop culture reference of Kansas, and there is only one, and it's a very well known one across the entire world. One of the most well known stories that has come out of the US, perhaps, I'm not sure. And that, of course, is The Wizard of Oz. So I looked back, and thank you for those who mentioned, sort of give me a placeholder of when it kind of was, and I saw a really cool little sign which I'd missed completely whilst I was wittering on about Lidl. So if I can find it, I'll put a little picture of that hidden sign up, which you are hopefully going to see. I think there are a few little Easter eggs on this drive, but yeah, it's the yellow brick road. So I think it starts out as a farm road and then goes onto the yellow brick road, but I think there's some other bits and pieces to have a look at on that drive, so we are going to be very much enjoying that. Though no particular achievements we're going for today, we are just trying to do this, and then we're going to get up to northern Kansas. And once we're there, we are going to have a nice drive all the way across the north of Kansas, which will pick up the final two cities in Kansas. There's still a bunch of things we haven't achieved yet, but I think that'll be good. So, oh, you're going straight on. Bloody typical, isn't it? Right, so what I think I'll do, I'm going to turn my face off, and then we'll do our drive to south of Garden City, I think, and then I'll pick up things then when we get there. There's also a big announcement from SES. Right, folks, well, we are quite a chunk of miles down. You can see we just got under 3 hours to get on the drive, 140 miles, and we're just actually now south of Garden City. Well, I'll show you on the map. What I think this is this one here. So we will have a look on the right here just to make sure this one here isn't something that we need to think about, but otherwise we will. Nope, it's not. Whereas that one, oh, that one is actually a road. I was going to say, I got all excited then. So we've got we've got a boom lift on the back, as you can see. So these things where you've got this, you can stand in one of those bits, and then you've got this hydraulic thing that pushes you up, and you go really high. So I always thought they were called cherry pickers. Then I looked them up, and it appears that the boom lift and the cherry picker are two different things. Does anybody know what the difference is between them? Because I thought both of them had like a boom arm on them. Unless I am not thinking correctly, but that's kind of where I was on that. Anyway, let's focus on the Wizard of Oz, folks. So. Oh, I think that might have been might have been a sign to keep an eye on. It's coming up. What we got here? Keeps Kansas clean. Sunflower State. No, nothing particularly interesting. I'm just looking to see if there's any other Easter eggs that we've got, and you can see just up the way there's some sort of buildings there, but not a lot going on. And then I think. Just to our right here, so here we go, the yellow brick road. We're going to take a little screenshot here, rather cool. So here we had, so in the book and the story, we don't know where in Kansas, as far as I'm aware, where Dorothy's farmhouse is. Here we go. But we do know that it's somewhere quite remote, because apparently it says that there is just nothing nearby. It is just barren. So we're heading up this track here, and I mean, I think everyone knows the story, but Dorothy's house is taken away by a tornado, and she ends up in the magical city of Oz, and she meets people along the way as she's trying to get back home with her little dog Toto. So we'll have a look. Maybe we've got a straw man, maybe we've got a lion, maybe we've got a wicked witch somewhere out of here, so we'll keep an eye out for those things. Certainly I would, if we have got any of those things, I'll be very, very pleased. I'm not sure kind of if there's a way round as well, to where this kind of comes out, but we'll carry on down this route. I mean, it's not a yellow brick road at the moment, but I'm seeing a farmhouse down the bottom there, so maybe that's is that Dorothy's farmstead where she grew up? Is that what that's supposed to be? From the original story, the original film, the sort of 1930s film, was it? Maybe going a bit early there. And I can see a yellow road, folks. I can see a yellow road. And it's got one of those, there's windmills. Right, just because, let's take another screenshot. Right, we are going to have a look around here, because this is a very, very cool thing. I mean, hopefully it doesn't come over here, because I really don't want to have to do this drive again. But I suppose it'd be a relatively quick way to get between the two places. Oh, it looks like we've got a fork up ahead. So it's a tractor there, and like a farmstead there, and the farmhouse next door. Nice. Keep your eyes peeled, folks. I don't know what we're going to see here. What does that say? Brave? Oh! So is it going to have, because it was, the lion wanted to get courage. We appear to have gone off piste here. Oh, it's Toto. It's Toto. I think. There he is. Hello. Hello, Toto. I can see something up there which is in orange as well, so I don't know what to make of that. But this is very cool. I'm fascinated to see what else there is. Although those look like beehives, I'm not sure that's got anything to do with the story. Okay. That just comes round here and is that a scarecrow? Oh, let's just have a quick look there. Is that a scarecrow? I mean, oh yeah. He's got the hat. He's got the hat. Very cool. Nothing of interest down there, but that's rather cool. Right, and we keep on going. This is an absolute massive hidden road. What is that going to be up there? Is that going to be the town, the little village that she crashes into in Oz with the Munchkins? There was the Munchkins, wasn't it? This is fucking massive. Oh, it's a hot air balloon. Huh. Well. Oh, this is massive. What a fantastic. Oh, and oh, there we go. We've got loads of stuff to look at here. So there we go. We've got the rainbow, somewhere over the rainbow. We've got the tornado, and we've got the red shoes that she needs to tap together 3 times to get home. That's a thumbnail and a half, isn't it? So we've seen a scarecrow. We've seen the word brave, which I think refers to the lion. We haven't seen anything to do with the Tin Man, at least not yet. And we've got something just here on the right, and then we'll head back. Not sure what this is supposed to be in here. Any thoughts? Leave them in the comments. It is. No, nothing obvious here. Can we see in the window? Well, we can see a clock in there, but that's about it. No idea what that's supposed to be. If anyone's got any thoughts on that, let me know. Because I'm not sure what the significance of that is. Anywho, we are going to head back. I'm going to get back onto the main road, and then I'm going to head up towards our final location. So we'll zoom on back. Is that a little bridge on that left side that we can go over, maybe? I think that's just a bridge to walk over. But we'll do that, and then we'll come back just before we get to Colby, and I want to talk a little bit about the relatively big another announcement from SCS that we kind of touched on last time, in terms of we knew something was happening, but we didn't know when or what. So now we've got that information. We can talk about it. There's the Tin Man. The Tin Man. Oh, they've got everything in that. It's so cool. I think that's possibly one of my favourite little Easter eggs they've done. It's a shame they haven't got a lion and they've just put that in there. But yeah. Anyway, we'll go on forward. We've got not a huge amount of distance to go. We're going up here to Colby. For some reason my map stopped working, so we'll do that, and then I'll see you in a little bit. So hold on to your hats, folks. Right, folks, just briefly coming back because we've got monument rocks that we can see just in front of us there. We're not going to drive through them. We did that a couple of episodes ago, but how impressive, given there's nothing else around them, no hills, nothing. That is an impressive looking set of rocks, isn't it? Really, really cool. Just amazing how that actually formed out here with what looks like minimal water or anything like that to help the process. Did want to talk a little bit about an idea I had as to an improvement in the game. Love to get your thoughts on this, because sleeping is always a little bit frustrating in the game. Fall asleep, you've got 10 hours from the point you fall asleep, not a minute more or less. What would be kind of cool, I thought there was something there, but there isn't. What would be kind of cool is if you could actually set an alarm. So say we are not going to do the full 10 hours, but we wanted to sort of wake up at 9 o'clock in the morning, and maybe you do 8 hours and you don't get the full, like the full rest. Basically, you've still got a bit of blue in your sleep meter. That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? It would allow that a little bit more it will allow you to sort of be a bit flexible around how your deliveries are, because you might need a little bit of sleep just to make sure you can finish off your drive. Or is there some like contractual thing that you have to have 10 hours off? That might be a thing. Let me know in the comments what you think about that, because I quite like the idea of at least sort of being able to set the time that you wake up, or you set off, rather than having to have that 10-hour thing that you could maybe change that. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. I think the sleeping thing is good. I like the idea of having to incorporate that into your drive, but it just seems a little bit of a weird sort of set out a number of hours, which might, as I say, might well be because you have to do that, otherwise you can't drive until you reach that 10-hour break. I don't know, but let me know. For those who know that kind of stuff, let me know. As you can see, we've only got 90 miles to go, 1 hour 40 to get there. While we're still chatting away, let's talk about what's been released. Information has come out, all relating to the next. That was me. I'm sure it was. The next DLC to be released. I think we knew it was Iowa. We just didn't know when it was going to happen. And we now have the date for when, which is the 10th of July. So as I record this, it is... Never turn whilst you're trying to look up. That's something I've learned. I think it's about the 1st, I think. Or the 30th. I'm not sure. What's the date today? It's the 30th. 30th of June is the date. So, what's going on up here? Seems to be absolute chaos going on there. So actually I've taken a whole bunch of time off my delivery. It's actually only 30 minutes away. So we probably have another couple of episodes left here. We know what we're doing certainly for the next one. I'm not sure what we'll do after that. We might do one of the farm truck deliveries, that or the farm DLC. Is it farming? It's not farming. It's like all sorts of things like wood and farming machinery. That's what it's called, the farming machinery DLC. Might, because we've done one of those deliveries, but I presume we could get another one of those done. Ooh, that was a little bit dicey. Would be nice, but yeah, I am looking forward to that. So if you are interested in looking what the new DLC is going to look like, well, they've got a nice little video on their YouTube channel, SCS do. So you can find it all out on there. It looks absolutely amazing. They've got some really good city driving there, but they've also got a lot of this sort of rural driving. It looks a little bit less arid, as you'd imagine. It's slightly further north than Kansas, but there's still a lot of this expansive farmland and stuff, which I'm very excited to kind of get into. I mean, I don't know much about Iowa. I mean, I think the major city, and I do not know how to pronounce this, is it Des Moines or Des Moines? Let me know how that is pronounced. I don't think I've ever heard it said, or if I have, I've forgotten it, and I apologise for those people who might live there. I mean, to be perfectly honest, you know, we get our own level of mispronunciation when folks come over here in the UK. I think the classics are things like Leicester, which, if you've ever seen that written down, as in the town of Leicester, which is Leicester, I think, something like that, or Worcester, which I think is often, because you've got Worcestershire sauce, but isn't it Worcester or something like that? It's not pronounced in the same way. And Gloucester, which I think often gets as Gloucester. Yeah, so there's a lot of slightly weird pronunciations we have in the UK. So you can forgive me the odd one from your place. Anyway, we are at our delivery location. What are we going to get for a parking job? This looks a bit of a weird one here. Truck deliveries that way. We got a 90. Oh, it's an indoor job. Right, we've got to work out which of these we need to go into and which direction it needs to go in. Well, there's nothing open there. I'm a bit confused. Right. Yeah, so it backs in that way. I wonder if we could go. I guess the door is a little bit shut, so you can't go that way. That would be cheating. I'm not seeing the 90-ness of this, if you get me. Right. I'm hoping this shouldn't be too bad. I'm not really struggling to see why this is as hard as it is. We should just be able to poke this in, shouldn't we? Got a huge amount of room. There's nothing kind of getting in the way. So what's the big idea? Why is this a 90? Let's try and get that back. There we go. This is absolutely gorgeous. This is never a 90, folks. Apply the handbrake and we'll decouple. Pretty successful drive. Really enjoyed that one. Loved the Yellowbury Road. Let me know your thoughts on it Where does that fit in your ATS2 Hidden Roads? It's right up there for me. I did love Monument Rocks, but that's a step up, and it's a step up from the Superman one, because that's very subtle, the Superman one. You've got the Kent farm, yeah, you've got the Superman stuff on the washing line, but you've got so many references on the Yellow Brick Road to the story. It's really nicely done. Just like a witch somewhere. Maybe there was one. Anyway, folks, we are done for another day. I hope you enjoyed that one. We have found ourselves now into northern Kansas. Looking forward to Iowa. But before we get there, we're going to take the road along northern Kansas, maybe go all the way to Missouri and drop in there. And in doing so, we should collect our final 2 cities to get the final bit of the Sunflower State. Is it? I forget. No, it is the Sunflower State, isn't it? Achievement, which would be all of the cities visited. Anyway, folks, if you did enjoy that, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. I'll see you for the next one. Goodbye.